afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda, your only sanctioned source of community entertainment, your only beacon of light and entertainment in these dark times. We're off here to 2 vs 2 on Eindhoven Country. In the north, it is Vic and Shippekies fighting for the Allies. A combined task force here of the Americans and the British. The American 5th Armored Division backed up by the 51st Infantry, with infantry, heavy cavalry, tactical support, vanguard operations, mobile assault, and Royal Engineers, featuring mostly infantry, a bit of tank destroyer machine gun bullets. From the south, it is PS3yes and Baoliang fighting for the German army. Deutschland taking on the role here of the Panzerdivision with special operations, a bit of a rare sight nowadays here, with radio silence, infiltration tactics, infrared Sturmgewehrs, artillery flares, and Panther command tanks. And we got a lead on with the 221, emergency repairs, Panzer Commander, heat shells, and the Sturmtiger, with mostly infantry, a bit of anti-tank gun, and Puma bulletins. We got the Germans heading east, centre, and west. Allies more or less doing the same. And as always, by the way, please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and press that bell button. Would make me awfully happy way to do so. Also, a big thanks to my Patreon supporters, without which all of these episodes would not certainly be possible. So thanks to them for allowing me to do this day after day. You too can join the ranks by pledging on Patreon, or you can simply chuck in a little donation. Links are in the video description. East side, about the Sturm Ponies going up there for PS3yes. Both sides going for double Volkswagen Sturm Ponies. Baoliang will go in here for a fast, schwerer truck there. Schwer and much level to get a fast 2-1. Tends to be the typical strategy here with Elite Armour. In the west here, we got a big push there with the Riflemen, pushing back the Volkswagens there. East side here, sex being a well, but Volkswagen Sturm Ponies going for a nice deep flank here. Thumbs up to PS3yes. Sturm Ponies going for deep flank here in the west as well. And there you go. Baoliang with the 2-1. I like the Panzerspielwagen. Up here, we got the Sturm Ponies catching the section out in the open. Sturm Ponies did win that one. And there you go, section retreats. Shippekies values as men breathing, rather than being filled with German lead. The CAD. 2-1 halfway down there for Baoliang and Deutschland. Right falling back, here's the Volks pushing ahead. They go straight into the fires of their own making. I think Baoliang realizes tactically that was not the best move. So far, the Germans make good progress. Though here on the west side, Vic is still holding up the German advance, throwing back the Krauts. As the Panzerdivision is ordered to counterattack and throw back the Allies to open up a corridor to beleaguer division somewhere in some town. And there you go, 2-1 ready there for Baoliang. Troops holding up here for Shippekies. No sign of dodging it for the Allies. Fresh push in the west here as Vic feels the time has come to attack the Krauts to show them good old American courage, gumption, and consumerism. 2-1 out there for Baoliang. Folks there, done with some sandbags in the west. Sturm Ponies, I think they're biding their time to launch a flank there. 2-1 catching the section, and the Rifle Squad here going up behind, opening up with the MD mounted on top, causing significant catches amongst the riflemen. Aggressive push there by Baoliang, but that is what you need to do here. Centrewards, we got the section flanking out behind it, looking to blow Baoliang apart. Plus, we got the 2-1 wing in there. PS3yes realizes this, of course, moves to support his teammate there. Good reading here on the situation. Sometimes it can be a start to realize what's going on before it's too late and your teammate then gets ruined. That always feels bad, but in this case though, PS3 was paying good attention, so 2 thumbs up there to our friend PS3yes. Section around about the Volkswagen Legion, University falling back here. Section moving about on the west side here, we've got Rifleman Variations moving up there for Vic. There's still no sign of doctrine. Meanwhile, PS3's assault continues here. Shippekies lines have now fallen a bit apart here. The east side is now falling completely into German control. And most of Shippekies falls on the base back here. We got the Battlefield headquarters going up for Baoliang. PS3yes yet to go anything, puts him mechanized. Sees on the western point there. Folks moving about here. We got the University there, upgrade to the Wasp, which was by the way a Canadian modification that caught on with the rest of the British Army. In fact, the Canadians came up with, I think, quite a few modifications that sort of really caught on with the rest of the British Army. A little fun fact there. Sandbags moving in, a Wasp moving forward as well. I think he was trying to bait it into range of the Panzerfaust, except he doesn't have them, so I guess he's just trying to bluff. Good lord! They've got Panzerfaust! No, wait. Those are dirty old boots. And rolled up newspapers, I think. So yeah, that didn't quite work out there for PS3yes the way I'd hoped. Floating around here, 2-1 there. 5 kills already, pretty good. There you go. Vix has not been slow. He's brought up the bazooka on his lieutenant, ready to counter that Kraut armoured car. Meanwhile, 50 back up the support here as well. Baoliang finding his positions untenable as the Americans launch a furious assault. But there you go. PS3yes the rescue is flanks behind. He decided not to bother the British anyway. Thumbs up there to PS3yes. Getting the rifle out in the open. Charging force. Got the force of Rifle Lieutenant blocking the way here. We got the mechanized rigging up for PS3yes at least going up. Baoliang stood to move again, but needs to be, of course, the bazooka and also the 50 caliber. Both could quickly cut the 221's lifespan short still. Germans, despite some of these setbacks, maintain good map control for now, but of course they can rapidly change. That can rapidly change. We'll have to see if X makes use of the doctrine. Like, for example, radius silence now doesn't just, like, height your units, also gives you infantry a movement boost. So that could, for example, be used to actually support some aggressive pushes if you're a smart player like that. Well, I've yet to see anyone really do that, but you could. Follows the being shot base for the sections. Puma on the way to PS3yes, very popular choice, in particular with the British on the field, since if you go for the looks, they're just going to get the AC and shut it down. So you really need a Puma there to counter that. Whilst they're moving up here as well. Could see a wipe here on Baoliang's forces. West side, they're collapsing for Baoliang. We got the 221 upgrade to the 223, which was the command version of the armored car. And of course, you just had the general upgraded version of the 222. There was also a field workshop version that was actually equipped with a heavy anti-tank rifle, light anti-tank, depending on how you look at it, a 2.8cm gun. Little fun fact, I'm not entirely sure if the turret could actually turn or not. I don't think it could. So it's more like a tiny assault gun, but that was a sort of field modification there. 6-pounder gun for Shippekies. Vic there with the ambulance, going for both lieutenant and captain. Could possibly indicate he's going to go for heavy cavalry, trying to solve for Pershing here, which is a bit of a rare sight nowadays. Puma was cancelled by PS3yes. Interesting. Interesting. Can't say I saw that one. Also, we got the 2-3 up here to support the front line for now. Though I imagine later down there he's going to pull it back further here, so it's less of an easy target, because otherwise this is going to run up and shoot at it. Meanwhile, on the west here, we got the Americans holding the line there. Could, I think, threaten the munitions point a bit. In the centre, push here by the German infantry. Folks, they're caught with the 50 cal. And there you go. Wasp continues to be an absolute thorn in the side of PS3yes and Baoliang's infantry. Victory point there being ceased. Back in the American base, we've got nothing going there for Vic. And certainly not much here going for Shippekies either. And unfortunately, both players are also not quite keen on pushing in the limits. Big push here, 2-3 need to fall back, I think, Schnell. We got sappers, we got a lot of sections. We got veterans running the armoured car, but yeah, there we go. He's packing it up there, popping smoke meanwhile to avoid getting hit with an anti-tank grenade. Oh, never mind. Apparently, they can still do that. Interesting. Oh, wait, you have to fall back with the 2-3. Should be possible here. Should be doing. We got all here. Strap punch force got in the centre for Baoliang. Very good there. PS3yes probably going to go. Oh, he's going for the Stukas of Fuss now. It's a high skill requiring unit, but if you can make it work, you can really do some damage. The problem is, in a way, it's lack of scatter actually means like you, or well, weird scatter would more say. It means like you have to aim it really correctly, or just the rockets absolutely miss. So, but at the same time, if you can aim it correctly, it's actually incredibly devastating. So, it's a very tricky unit. Honestly, it's not something I tend to recommend because a lot of players tend to be terrible shots with it. Anyway, troops from westwards here, trying to up near the Alps. Got Rifle Squad hitting express with MG34. Needs to be a bit careful with this due to the Wasp. Meanwhile, the Americans are making good progress alongside the British. Minefield, of course, great here for the sappers to chuck down. There we go. Good work by Shippekies. Still not on a doctrine for the American. Nope, by the way, most of his doctrine also allow him to lay down mines if he wants to. Oh, nice ambush here in the section. The Stone Pioneer still fuel has been cut off there to the Germans. Back here, the Arms are making overall, I think, decent amount of success out of the situation, but at the same time, I feel like they could still be perhaps pushing it a bit harder in some ways, like digging in. They obviously can't make much more ground, but they could make the ground they didn't have harder to take. PS3yes mining up here. Clearly a step ahead of his opponent. Stukas of Fuss there. Fun fact about the Stukas of Fuss, they were generally only sort of like handed out to the Panzer Pioneer Battalion of the Panzer Division, where they were sort of part of the heavy company. Well, that and the Panzer Brigades, where they were actually usually the only artillery the Panzer Brigades had to the other ones. Later on, they'd also get mortar half-tracks. So, little fun fact there. While, again, really actually sort of show them off. They were actually not that common weapons in a sense. Lots of things suppressed. Munitions cash out there for Vic. Interesting. I kind of would have expected fuel. Again, like he's... because it does seem like he's throwing for the Pershing. Of course, it might be to support his teammate, but... so didn't have that in mind. Stukas was land some hits, but as you might notice, only got 2 kills and has a significant cooldown. Still, there's the psychological aspect, of course, just going, haha, I got big rockets and you don't. Oh, okay, I've just thought he just somehow lost all of his units, but there you go. We got radio sounds, you can see there, the units also now move faster, so the brief saw there. They also move fast into the mine, but that's obviously not what you're looking to. But still, they do get sort of a semi-sprint. It's not actually quite a sprint because they can still find the moves. They sort of get a nice little assault movement. Plus, again, you can't see this, so nice work on PS3yes. 2 thumbs up. Nice ability used. 2-1 there. Oh, yeah, 2-3 dodges to the shot. I think you get back to the fuel point, set up there, push for more fuel. The faster he can get out tanks him as the allies, the better for him and his teammate. Wait, did that get cancelled in reposition? I think it did. Fair enough. Bit expensive, obviously, there for PS3 or for Baoliang. Oh, so that's a really long-lasting, faster movement buff, if you will. Stukas was almost good to go there. Schwab punted quarters also close to ready. The allies still, I think, in a good, strong position. And we got their tech done for Vic, so he's definitely going to be pushing for armor soon. We also got tech there for Shippekies, very good. Still thinking one of them would have gone for fuel cash, but apparently not. Machine gun there. Ooh. Secured from the Tommies, and mid back with the Wasp, now ace level, 4 kills. Cromwell there ready for Shippekies. That's a pretty solidly timed tank. That's going to be a problem for the Germans. They have, well, one like Kedden have to share between the two of them. That's going to be a bit tough. We got flares offer from PS3yes, or artillery flares to be specific. Line for guns here. We got double ones from Baoliang, giving himself a nice little artillery battery, threatening harm and danger to his opponents. Plus with the section moving up, step back up. We got a Cromwell there on the way for Shippekies. Struggles fires. Most of the rockets miss the mark. Cromwell ahead here for Shippekies. And again, this highlights just again like the Stukas can be a really hit and miss weapon, and when the misses, it misses spectacularly, at which point you just got a unit doing nothing for like a minute and a half, if not 2 minutes. So that is again like, you know, the backside of that particular level. Okay, landing a decent hit on the Cromwell here. Vic will have to see what he goes for. Still no sign of a doctrine from the Allies. Slight overside here in the east northeast. Open terrain, and Shippekies realizing this, move forward to do it. Grab it, that is. Good work there. Showing, of course, the inner Brit within him just seizing what is perceived as open ground. I say, Terence, I don't think the natives looking quite happy about this. Well, when did we ever care about the natives, Gerald? Ah, yes. Haha. Good one, Terence. Crom never the Fulton in the centre. West side, we got troops moving up there. Fulton being under fire there from the right from the captain as well. Lieutenant joining in the front, of course. Let's set the line for guns to make it a bit harder for the troops to move ahead there, as they do risk, you know, every shot there snuffing up quite a few lives. MD-34 there. The captain. Oh, got artillery called in here. Guessing that's the major. Yup. 6 nations. Really well costed artillery ability. In particular, North Korea actually has decent timing. And we got another radio silence here from PS3yes, and then I have to try and figure out where he actually is, because, you know, you can't see it until like to look for it. So that's a bit interesting detail there. West side here, we got Fulton being swarmed by American infantry under Vic's command. Sherman on the way there for Vic as well. The M4A3 Sherman tank. Those Fultons are not going to make it back home for Wiener Schnitzels. Sandbags up here, under fire from the 50 cal. Stukas was moving up. And another truck from Baoliang. Is he going to go for a King Tiger? I am not a huge fan of that, as always, though. Oh, there we go. That's a better shooter's barrage. That's still not exactly an amazing one, but you could argue with the 223 on the fuel point, he is going to get a lot of fuel, which is going to make the whole King Tiger still workable. Not amazing. Not, you know, something's going to go down in the history books as the smartest maneuver ever, but at least it's not going to go down as the worst one either, because he isn't showing himself a lot of fuel to make it work. So at least he's got that one, I think, so I would say slightly screwed well together, but I'm still hesitant to, like, really recommend it. We got the Spare Pentacles up there for PS3yes. He should probably go for Pentaform, and he's likely going to try and stall for the Command Panther. Obviously risky, but here we are. We got 404 versus 361. Back here, troops reinforcing healing. Sherman. Oh, Jackson tank destruction. They're clearly worried about enemy armor, though. So far, now the German play showing much tendency towards that. We got the Orbs on the way there for PS3yes. Baoliang squad, of course, already hit the field. They could stand with a few upgrades there, like getting a light machine gun out. There we go. Going ahead here. Truck moving about here, got a mechanized regiment. Orbital squad halfway done there for PS3yes. Close to the right from the lieutenant, we got an M1 taking up, trying to shatter the sandbags. Jackson taking straight right about done there for Vic. Still no sign of doctrine from the Allied players though. Far East got the Cromwell here though. Overwhelming clear machine gun position. Nice maneuver there by Shippekies. Thumbs up. Mines on there from Baoliang. They're very good. Supports his team as well. Grenade assault here. Nice to see that. Oh, catching the rear-slings a bit there and gets a weapon Vic. He's got no rear-slings left. So he's actually planning here for the Pershing. He's definitely going to need to bring up some new ones. But there's still no sign of real clear plan there from Vic or Shippekies as to like what they're sort of aiming for there. And the center going to push it, just being held up on the MD-34 under PS3yes command. Troops flanking up behind it. Thumbs up to PS3yes. Silly shot landing a nice hit on the west side. We got Captain Rifle moving up there. Lines gun being pushed back. Follows the steel punish pushing back the sections aggressively and such. Stuggers fires again. Oh, these actually apparently was under fire. We got 6 kills on it. Also, we got a Morton placement up here from Shippekies. Interesting position as it's... Well, it can just barely cover half of the victory point. Though, of course, we do barrage with it, it can cover further than that. Stern Pioneers routed. And go Stuggers using a barrage. And that's another whiff. Mines down here from Shippekies, very good. German infantry dispatched to clear out the hill here. Allied infantry on the west side under orders to remove any Krauts in the vicinity. M36 action there for Vic. Reconnaissance as well, good coordination there. Allies seem to be a bit head-turning here. You could actually just lay down the smokes from the mortar and place push forward. East victory point mixes now with the Germans. On the west side we got a counterattack here under PS3yes command. He's going for the infantry Sturmgewehr on his orbital laden, by the way. Increasing their firepower at mid to short ranges and also helping them deal with units in cover and in buildings. Got the 5th guy telling him what to do with the orbital laden. Less great there. And he doesn't have the veteran to pop the blend cover. And some troops moving about there in the east side. Holding up nicely. Also on armor there. We got Morbs on here for Baoliang. He's positioned the 2-3. I'm not a fan of that. If he's stalling for the King Tiger, you definitely need to keep that 2-3 there on the fuel point at all times. Like, he needs as much fuel as he can humanly muster then. As fast as possible. Meanwhile, the Allies, again, seem to be slightly lacking a plan there. At least a glorious plan. I mean, they obviously got a plan which is, you know, kill the Germans and, you know, head back home for tea and beer and biscuits. But, bit of a lack of a greater unifying scheme there. Grenade right there for Vic. That's going to be a problem there for PS3yes and Baoliang's infantry. Wasp here continue to burn away there. We got 6 kills on it. Definitely will be a solid investment there for Shippekies, not for the Germans. Orbital squad with done light machine guns. There we go. That's 2 orbital squads light machine guns. That's actually a problem for the Allies, since 2 squads can actually melt away at enemy infantry quite efficiently. Fuel cache finally going up here for Vic. Got fresh reassons. Further, I think, solidifying the possibilities, planning for the heavy cavalry Pershing. There we go. Finally, Shippekies goes for doctoring his mobile assault regiment with flamethrowers, advanced cover combat, infiltration commanders, land matches, and vehicle repairs. Trying to fight from the Kednevs and got trouble of them. Allies starting to lose ground again. Here's the Germans have managed to slowly bleed out the Allies. And bring up some elite infantry with which to challenge them. Got the machine on the right flank, but there you go. Smoke stream down there from Vic. Great work, but still gets caught here by the Vickers. Nope. Gets past it. Using the smoke and cover. Nice work there. That's a rout. Thumbs up to Vic. Shippekies. Is he planning comets or Churchill tanks here? Hard to say. Centre victory point seized there by the Allies. And there you go. Mortar laying down smoke stream to cover up the centre victory point. Thumbs up. We even got the offs out there from Shippekies. And there you go. Vic. In the end, does go for heavy cavalry featuring the rifle defensive structures, smoke barrages, Rangers, Combined Arms, and of course the M26 Pershing Heavy Tank. East side here we got Lieutenant Mr. Fulton of years. Lieutenant wins it out for this Vaterland. Jackson ends up not doing so much there as both German players effectively just stalling out. So while of course it's going to be great once the tanks start rolling, until then it's basically just a really expensive paperweight of God known. Shippekies, though, meanwhile, is still not making any like overt tours against anything. I mean, he's clearly not going for some big coal intake nowadays. It's going to be like Comets or Churchills, I guess. Being hosted by all the sections, instead of firing close there, he needs to spread out his men before they get annihilated by the infantry. That's starting to happen already, but at least they get away. Land matches up for Shippekies, based off, I believe, a naval artillery system, just called the Matches, I believe, and so hence land matches. Yes, very creative naming there. And there you go, Command Panther out there for PS3yes, the Befehlspanzer. Looking ahead there for Deutschland. Prominent eastwards here for Shippekies. Allies back in the defense, although they need to do something more aggressive to turn this round. Obviously, at least for Vic, it's banking on the Pershing. As for Shippekies, it's hard to say what he's actually planning there. I'm guessing he's going to have to go for the Firefly here, commented with the Command Panther. Command Panther hits a mine note, but unfortunate for Shippekies, unfortunate for PS3yes, he's gotten a way of exploiting this. Adding the pin-up machine gun there on the west side, we're going to be fighting here. British infantry slowly crossing the fields here of death. German infantry dropping dead. So the Allies as they encounter a second line of defense here by the road. The Panzerlehr Panzerschule is having none of this, and they are looking to throw back the Americans and the British. Stukas fires again here. We got 11 kills on it. Oh dear, this could actually get ugly, but could have been a bit ugly has the aim been slightly to the left there, but you know. Details. Baoliang very close to the King Tiger. I believe actually has the resources now. There you go. King Tiger out. Vic is close to the Pershing, and Shippekies is still no closer to anything, I think. But there you go. Tiger 2 out there for Baoliang, adding the Panther Commander. Note the 223 back on the field point. Machine gun hold off there by the Americans. From falling back, so it's the Universal Carrier. Now the Jackson is going to find some usage. Well, that and of course the Panther. There you go, Tiger 2 mobilized. Shippekies going for another land mattress. An interesting decision here. I mean, at this point, he should be thinking his opponent's going to go for more like armor, in particular heavy armor. And the land mattress, while nice against infantry support weapons, isn't exactly known for its tank busting capabilities. So a little note there. Troops up in the center, we got Germans pushing ahead. We got the Oberson now under PS3yes command going for another Oberson squad. Needs to make sure we're going to cap him there. King Tiger holding back here. Equipped with what's known as the production series. So it's like there's a common misunderstanding there's known as the Porsche and Henschel, but like Porsche and Henschel had nothing to do with the turret. Well, about the chassis. It was actually Krupp that handled the turret. In fact, both turrets. Little fun fact there. The actual competition, by the way, was actually not over the turret, but actually over the gun and who got to make the gun. It was between Krupp and Rheinmetall Borsig. And actually, that one actually got so bad that the Minister of Armaments at that point, Dr. Todt, had to step in and tell him to knock it the bloody hell off. Because it was that disruptive. So, little fun fact there. King Tiger on the right, getting good hit here. But still no kills for the King Tiger. Jackson, there we go, Pershing out as well here. Shippekies. Still no clear indication there. Got the option on the east side. Got land matches far here looking to bombard jumps. Actually, a lot of support weapons are bunched out. This could be pretty good for the land mattresses. Although probably been headed slightly wait a bit so the other land matches can actually come, you know, further coordinate to the fire here. King Tiger takes minutes to go in fact, but the Jackson and Pershing. Not great there. King Tiger, I think, did an involuntary turn there, which can happen. Unfortunately, sometimes lower units like reverse move, and he'll still like do a 180-degree turn before moving. That is, by the way, Really frustrating when it happens. All the way. Good push for the Allies German line there. We can see here PS3 thrusts his Command Panther into the fray of it just to buy the King Tiger time to escape here. A bold maneuver PS3yes could cost him the Command Panther, but I suppose he figures if he saves the King Tiger, it's going to be worth it. And he does save it, and he avoids losing the Command Panther. So he risked moving there with PS3yes, that did bail his teammates' chestnuts out the fire. Still, the Allies have made the gains here, so I mean, I suppose again the argument is, you know, he at least did some good there. I mean, obviously he did as best as he could because that was a really strong push, but at least ensuring his teammate lost as little as possible, I think was a really clever move. So thumbs up there. Anti-tank weapons, whatnot being destroyed here by the Pershing and the Jackson, crumbling about. Command for them being repaired. King Tiger being repaired. W2 to deliver the lieutenant. Smoke popped. Oh, it's another fun fact. For one King Tiger, you'd have to get, like, I think 5 Panthers. No fun fact there. In fact, it took only slightly more to produce a Panther than it took to produce a Panther 4. Actually, that sort of recently shows a equally costed, which is an interesting detail which you don't necessarily hear so much about. But King Tigers and Tiger Tanks were incredibly expensive to make in comparison. Correcting over the Jackson. Kingdom hit with heat shells as well, just punching holes. There you go. Command Pump joining as well. The Land Matches trying to break up the German assault. Head on assault, they're perhaps not the best move of the Germans. There you go. Mine goes off. Damage ending. King Tiger is being knocked out. Support one's being destroyed as well. Infantry being blasted into oblivion. Casualties are piling up. Oh dear. King Tiger's main gun is out. Anti-tank keeps firing there. Needs to pop some smoke in front of it, possibly. Oh dear, Stukas saves it and knocks out. Oh, it's actually artillery called in by the King Tiger. All the way though. King Tiger barely survives. Stukas was fast as well. The infantry suffering further casualties. Command Panther needs to screen the King Tiger. Crom's going in for it. He's going to make the attempt, but it may not work against the Command Panther. King Tiger hauling its way out there. Crom moving forward. Stukas though being used as bait, possibly. Yes, he baited the Cromwell with his own Stukas first. PS3yes willingness to sacrifice himself for his teammates. King Tiger is interesting, to say the least. East fuel here being seized for the infantry. King Tiger, though, in dire repairs and probably should be put further back there. It's still within range of artillery. Meanwhile, though, PS3yes infantry continues the orbital down and just cutting through the Allies here like a hot knife through butter. Taking heavy casualties in the process. Pershing shoots. Shippekies is... It's not really getting any more armor. It's also lost the land masters. Good work there on PS3yes, by the way. Still, the Allies holding most of the map, but I feel like if Shippekies doesn't do something, he might run into some slight issues. But then again, he's been doing quite well so far, so who knows? It could just work out. Like, if they can land enough artillery hits and just obliterate enough infantry, it may just, you know, work out. For the Germans, I think they need to bring out more armor of their own, and for Baoliang, that's definitely, I think, the Panzer 4. But that said, he could like try and be, you know, a bit bold and go for a Panther. Not King Tiger. He already has one. He can't get more than one. That would be a bit much. A bit unbalanced. Jackson going for the 2-3. Smoke's been dispatched and deployed and popped back. King Tiger shoots. Not the greatest hit there. Shoots, misses the Jackson tank, so a tank destroyer that failed to penetrate the King Tiger's thick frontally sloped armor. A sloped frontal armor. Shoots, misses again. On the move, it does have some issues with accuracy. And we got their PS3yes with another Stukas first to replace the one lost in service of Deutschland. Shippekies, they're going for the Firefly here. Command Panther being forced once more with the German army. 8 kills, veterans 1. Troops being hosed down here. Routed by the Major with Bren guns, apparently. Trenches here being dug in the centre by noteworthy. East side is actually seeing no action, but there you go. I think PS3yes realises begins dispatching troops. Thumbs up there. We got 316 to 229. A brutal fight that seemingly continues without pause, without remorse. Respite. Troops on his way here. Will it be able to kill something? Mostly squirrels. I mean, whatever squirrels left in that tree are dead. They're dead, Jim. Going for the Eastern Victory Point there and ignoring the fuel point for now. King Tiger's doing some light repairs. 10 kills, half fleet to Veterancy 2. Which does provide it with increased accuracy and faster interpretation, which of course combined with speed means you can actually quickly catch targets in front of it. 200 points left there. Command Panther with 8 kills, Veterancy 1. Also going for the point, he could consider Blenkober. Land matches in the Raketenwerfers. King Tiger shoots, misses. There you go, Blenkober off. Panther going for the flank here. Hits a mine, hits a mine. Good mining there by Shippekies, thumbs up. Sherman Firefly there up. White phosphorus, in fact, was thrown at the enemy. That's an interesting move there. Firefly pursuing the command. Panther still pursuing support here. Oh dear, all of a sudden, Ansturm Pioneers. That's, I think, a guaranteed weapon in the section. Oh no, actually, apparently they get away. Oh, he gets away, the rest... Well, got away, I suppose, in the sense they escaped this mortal coil, but that's not it. Oh! Avoids a mine area due to the minesweepers nearby. Good coordination there by Shippekies and his men. Still, he pushes ahead there. Might actually risk it. We'll chase the command pad. There you go. Jackson moves in there. Pershing also in a big push here. King Tiger rush from the west to the east here. Good realization by the Islands that PS3yes was leaving his Panther out to dry. Stupid from Baoliang. I feel I need more on, but there you go. Active pan out here slightly got the Firefly. They pushed too far. It seems got a bit unlucky as well in the process. King Tiger can't tank that heat rounds there. Pershing needs to get away there. PX flying away there. Good hit on the Pershing. Anti-tank grenade off. Fails to damage the engine on the King Tiger. Veterancy 2 gain. Increased action. Turn to deal with the sappers, not snipers. Jackson there pulling back. Got the command Panther by the looks of it. Leaving PS3yes then without a tank. And there you go, Stukas out for Baoliang. That's 2 Stukas now for the Germans. And East Jackson here getting Panzerfausted to death. So they end up, the Allies end up losing everything but the Pershing there to take out the Command Panther. I think that in the end was not worth it. That's actually pretty great for the Germans if they can exploit it. Got the option on the west side, it's cutting through the infantry. Got a defense position by the victory point. Makes men bravely holding off the Krauts. But they may not be enough. Not against the elite Obersoldaten. Up here, officer routed. Another Firefly out there. In the end, the line held here. – 11 kills on the mortar emplacement. We got 276 versus 192. More air reconnaissance. Another land matches barrage, but from Vic's land matches by the looks of it. Oh, they're both barraging actually. Pummeling in the centre. Causing retreat here from the Germans. But there goes on the top of the trench with infantry assault rifles holding back the Americans. Meanwhile, the entire centre's turned into, well, moon landscape. 2 to 3 barely operable here. PS3yes able to go for the Command Panther again. All of a sudden heading eastwards there. Ready to defend the eastern victory point. We've got a few sections there with the Bren guns. Sections opening up there. Stukas moving up. Trying to fire again. Would like to hit something this time around. Got the land mattress. King Tiger Vantage great here on the Cromwell. Oh, the Pershing actually, not Cromwell. But hard to tell with all that smoke popping up. There's all the explosions. Good here on the Jackson tanks as well. King Tiger continues the advance here with the German army. Shots bouncing off here, getting a bit lucky. Wow, getting very lucky. Wow! That's a lot of bounces. That's more than I'm used to seeing in a King Tiger. East side here, we got Panther being flanked by the Sapswolves. Could move to assist. Will they arrive in time? Not in time though. Panther's got damage in, but he's pulled back here for the repair pioneers. We got 262, 169 students was up here from Baoliang, but close to the front line. Orbs on the tank through the infantry. Could see a wipe here. Vic's men are making a run for it. Vic's man is making a run for it. The rest obviously did not make it. Another land matches barrage. Right in the Steel Punch trying to repair the King Tiger here. Halfway to Veteran 3, which would unlock the combat blitz ability. And then it can move towards Veteran 4 and Veteran 5. Good hit there. West side together orbs and right by the Pershing. Close to Veteran 2. Panther sending out there for PS3yes. Going for that. Wasp, can they finally finish off there? Goes Stutz's barrage. Actually lands something, but only gets a single kill and does some light damage. But I suppose better than nothing. Meanwhile, on the west side, we get a push with infantry. Well, most of the killing is the King Tiger. Steel Pioneers are mostly focused on repairing it, rather than pushing the front. Got flipping up here against the Major in the trench with his Bren gun. The fighting between the Panzer Panzer and the Allied Task Force is intense still. Back and forth. King Tiger there, very slowly approaching Metro. Got the Panther moving up through the center once more, striking in to the Allied flank here, which is rather weak and frail by now. Shippekies still not really planning anything bigger there. Oh, anti-tank and crew wiped out by the Stutz's barrage. Vic fixing up his Pershing once more, close to on that one. King Tiger advancing there, go heat rounds again. Great hit on the Jackson. Close to Veteran 3 there, and the heat rounds by all to help me just gain more experience faster. Obviously, since it does more damage per shot. There we go, Jackson down. King Tiger annihilated it. He's actually now rather within range of Veteran 3 there. Main gun out, the Fireflies almost got it. Can Baoliang get it out this time around? Almost got it. Now there's nothing bouncing off it. I think this is the end for the King Tiger. There you go. Chill Rockets knocks out Baoliang's King Tiger. His Tiger 2 is a Tiger no more. Still, he's got the feeling, almost got the manpower. He can soon call in another King Tiger, except that's also on cooldown, so it's going to take a bit longer than that, I think. Steel Punch moving up here. Veteran 3 section falling back in the east side, bit of skirmishing between PS3yes and Vic, but the Orbs are actually losing out there for once. Good chance of getting a wipe here on PS3yes. There we go. Unit wiped. Vic calling in another Jackson. Tank destroyer. 218 was under 46. The fighting continues without any sign of abating anytime soon. Morton placement with 12 kills. Western Point being seized. Got a machine gun there. 2 to 3 moving in. Oh, hits a mine. Yep, that 2 to 3, I think, has fun run a lot. Going for a Panther there. Baoliang's not bothering with another King Tiger. East side command pump puts back the troops here, focusing on the retreat path as well. And in the west, another assault being prepared here by Vic and Shippekies with the land matches barrage plus the Pershing moving in there. Shippekies still not going for more armor though. He seems very much like a one tank or self-propelled anti-tank gun type of man. Pershing there, so taking some hits here. Stutz's barrage going down. Supporting weapons there cleared out. Land matches crew splattered across. We're dealing with the sappers. Troops being routed. Brutal assault here again. The land matches just make it difficult for the Germans to maintain any kind of defensive position. Panther takes a great hit here. Panther command on the way. Command pumping up support. Orbs on there holding up in the shattered landscape. Got the Orbs on the move here, catching the section there. Panther 4 almost done for PS3yes. Finally, Germans time to bring up more army. Got Jackson away for Vic again. He's still got one. Shippekies remaining there and playing not really for much armor, though I suppose Baoliang as well, though he could actually now go for, say, another Panther soon. Or a Panzer IV. There we go. Shippekies also getting into the more than one tank game, going for a Comet. This fight certainly lasted some while. He looks again not to be slowing down anytime soon. 40 minutes. Here's how here we got his officer and the commandos wing. He's actually called him commandos. Because they're being swept away by a sheer storm of Sten gunfire. West here pumping for push back. That's all he called in. Common almost done. Pershing moving ahead here. 15 kills. Panther takes hits here. Also bouncing some. Nice hit there. Heat rounds punching through there. Technically though, a Panther would not need for heat shells. Heat shells for low velocity weapons. If anything, use some higher type penetration armor piercing rounds. But that's just a quick note there. Land match flying again. The orbs, I need to get out of that zone there before they get turned into mush and fertilizer. East side, we got the Panther IV engaged with the Firefly. Comet ready. Finally. Just need to set the tank commander. Command Panther export the Panther IV. West side, we got the Pershing and the Jackson moving back there. Baoliang not far of going for a Panther II or something else. We'll have to see. 100 points left for the Germans as the Allies turn 18 smokes off here from Vic. Very good then top of the machine, front of the machine gun. East side here, Panther falling back as it takes several hits here. We need to pull both tanks, I think, back for repairs. West side, we got the Panther going for the flank and the Pershing. A brutal maneuver here, catching Vic off guard. Their heat runs easily makes large holes here. One more shot and that Pershing is down, and I think the Panther can do it here with the heat round. And yes, the Pershing is down. A stinging blow to the United States Army. The Zoom teams are moving in, looking to avenge the fallen Pershing heavy tank. But Baoliang's Panther is too fast. Jump as much support as well. Actually need to pull the Panther out there. Full. I'm not entirely sure what decided to move back there. That was a really weird move there by Baoliang. There you go, pops the blitz. But yeah, that was a really weird call. We got the opps on spring forwards here. I'm not entirely sure what taking the path is doing. Why is he stopping up? Yeah, Panther down. I would say that could have been avoided. That was a few bad calls here. Perhaps stress or just exhaustion there caused Baoliang to make that call, but that Panther could have made it. And he's going for another Panther now. Another Panther come fighting for him. The King Tiger plan has very much been buried. East side here, troops bringing up. They got the point. We got 203 versus 100 still. PS3yes, we'll have to see what he goes for. He's lost the Command Panther, so likely going to go for another one. We got Double Jackson there for Vic and for Shippekies. Who knows? Well, not much else he can actually go for at the moment until he loses some more units. In the castle here, we got the Orbs on quickly push back. We got the Kevin beginning Vetchney 4 though, punching very large holes in that Cromwell. Comet, not Cromwell. They had very similar silhouettes, so sometimes, I mean, I slightly make mistakes as well. And there you go, shooters annihilates the unit. A single rocket obliterates all of them. And here in the west, Orbs on the Lieutenant. Heavy, fearsome fighting between the Germans and the Americans. As the 5th Armored Division is intent on crushing the Germans. Baoliang there holding in another Panther, another Panzerkampfwagen 5. East side here, Panther versus the Comet. Unit white, Piet's dropped. Shippekies only taking some rather highly intensive losses here. And the Jacks just can't help much as the Orbs done, but Baoliang in this case decides not to take the chance. Ooh, the Kindle taken up with the land matches. Got 16 kills on that one. 8 on Baoliang's. And PS3yes got none now, having lost both of them. Decided to probably go for more. So there you go. Panther again. PS3yes probably setting up for a Command Panther once more. 187 versus 99. Another push here. PS3yes man in the center looking to reclaim, well, the shattered remnants of the center victory point. Got Major there as the fault going back up the echelons. Got the Western fuel. Panther moving through the center, going for the Comet. Landing a nice hit there. Will he pop heat rounds? Yes, indeed he will. Panther forming in here. On the scout, we've got the Farfar nearby. Need to pull back. Oh dear, Baoliang, you're making the mistake again. McKenna moving up. Baoliang's about to lose his Panther. His Panther comes back in front, and it gets knocked out. That was definitely not the greatest Panther commander in history. What was something about their PS3yes very close to his own command Panther? He needs the fuel in the manpower, but he's not far for Kevin about to shoot up with the commanders for the light gun bomb. The assault tears through the center here as the German lines are once more falling apart. Like frayed tissue paper. We're sending against more artillery fire, more death, more explosions, more nastiness. Grenade here on the Kev for clearing it up. The 10 with 17 kills. Polskan's going to pluck that gap. And we got a Kev Panther in the middle of the road. Or by the side of it, actually. Panther moving eastwards. Command Panther out there for PS3yes. What would Baoliang go for now? Another Panther. A Panther 4. Will he try for the King Tiger? And he's just going to go for the Stuttgartsfuss. All victory points almost under control of the German army. We got 167 versus 96. The intensity of this is rising, even as I imagine all players involved are starting to get exhausted. I mean, this match has almost lasted an hour now. I think Vic might be trying to stall out for another Pershing. Booby Trevor on the point here. Jürgen, where's the box of donuts? Oh, I thought those were for me. Ah, you idiot. Now I just have to use this rare French pornography. Shot fired there. Got the wolf. It finally went down. He'd lasted so long. Finally went down. That is quite impressive preservation of Shippekies. Mine goes off though. Jack's moving up. Boopto goes there, causing some heavy damage, but no casualties with that one guy. Panther going to find a way there, but about to get knocked out. But Kevin needs to turn around here. Absolute brutality here. Command Panther is in the east here. Baoliang has got no armor yet. Panther 4's about to go down here. And there you go. Panther 4 down. Kaput. Command Panther moving in there. Re-armor exposed. Damaged. Engine on the Firefly. Panther taking a ton of hits. We've got 100 versus 96. McKenna flying into the rear of it. Command Panther down to half health. Baoliang's going to have to go for Yak Panther. There you go. The Command Panther's main gun is out. It is dead. Comet, those also lost the gun. But yeah. Panther out of commission once more. McKenna's on the hunt here. Oh dear, Shippekies I think might be too stressed. I was not paying attention. He could actually lose the Comet to the McKenna so they spot it. Using the Firefly's bait there, perhaps. Cheeky set up then by Shippekies. Yes, don't worry chaps, it's safe to repair. We're totally not doing this to screen a more important tank than yours. Triple was on there for Baoliang. Eastern Point being held up by the Commandos. You got 105 versus 96. Still on punch with the feeder. Being routed. Grenades causing significant casualties. Kong going in there. Sanga Comet there from Shippekies. Orbital Sturm Party is fighting away furiously. Land matches destroying again the landscape once more. I mean, one thing's for sure, whenever, like, you know, the war zone, they return to farming land, they're going to find a lot of stuff in the ground. Mon Dieu, Pierre, look at this. I found a spicy baguette. Oh, Soutaleurs. Jean, that is not a spicy baguette. That is a rocket. Oh, mon Dieu. Anyways, all of a sudden, dealing with the commandos. Coming eastwards here. Bungering the retreating cap. We got 97 versus 96. Blend Cooper down. Baoliang, I'm not entirely sure what he's going for. Perhaps Baoliang isn't either. Allied infantry complements are actually very low, and this might be what the Germans are hoping to win on, just relying on the Orbitals just to bully off the troops while the tanks and tank destroyers can't really help. The tank destroyers can't help a ton versus that. We got 91 versus 96. Comet racing about there. Eventually forward came of landing a decent at the point blank range. Easy still got at the point. In the centre, the Allies are pushed back once more, repulsed by stubborn German defenders. And there go Vic here. Can the 49mm mark go for Pershing? He doesn't. Orbs there close to the ace level there, running some machine guns and all other sorts of nasty things. Casualties piling up. We got 77 versus 96. The Allies need to restore order to the shakes. Need to get on those victory points fast. And need more infantry. Vic to the Rangers, and of course Shippekies go to the Commanders. Again, I think Vic is very much determined to get that Pershing. 69 versus 96. 67 versus 96. Got the Eastern victory point. Quick retreat there. Baoliang, I think, is stalling for the King Tiger. Vic can now go for the Pershing. And there you go. Another Pershing out. PS3yes, I have no idea what it's going for. All I know is he's got a lot of Obersoldaten. With infant assault rifles. Wow, Baoliang's got 4 Obersoldaten squads. They're just relying on it. Again, there's pretty much like the unreliable infantry at this point in the game. They can sort of like significantly harm Allied infantry in a more, shall we say, determined, long-term way. And most importantly, faster. And go rushing up to get the point. It's only a single section there with Bren guns. There's the almost ace Obersoldaten there with the infant assault rifles. They'll win that one. Grenade off here. Oh, it's a gammon bomb. It's a gammon bomb. Oh, scheisse. Even then, they should have the upper hand here. Got the wipe in return. Allied armor starting to assemble in large numbers. Got 3 comets up for Shippekies, but he's not getting the points. It doesn't matter. Baoliang, meanwhile, I have no idea what he's going for. He might be the King Tiger. He might also just given up again. Just again, getting so much infantry doesn't matter. All of a sudden retreating. Or were they forced away? We got 26 versus 96. Shippekies has barely any infantry left. So does Vic. And they got plenty of armor. They got plenty of tank destroyers, but the Germans just haven't bothered anymore. They're just churning out Obersoldaten. As if it's the end of days. Got a comet there. Commander shouting, but they're just being annihilated by the Obersoldaten. Got grenades off there as well. We got 14 versus 96. Another Obersoldaten squad moving eastwards. They're coming to deal with that. 10 points left. Panther on for Baoliang. 6 points left. 4 points left. 2 points left. And it is indeed a GG, a game over, a victory for Deutschland. A brutal fight here with heavy casualties on both sides. Ultimately running somewhere within the range, I think, of 700 to 800 casualties. Quite heavy stuff there. In the end, the Oberkommanders, I think, to degree just won on keeping an eye on the victory. Well, it's not just the Obersoldaten just being really good late game infantry if you just get enough of them. And they got more than enough of them. That said, there were definitely missions there with Baoliang's arm preservation. At times I feel like he made some bad calls, which certainly ended up saving the Allies. PS3yes, that times though did some heavy lifting there and serving that King Tiger repeatedly. Was a great move there by him. Could have laid down some mines here and there, certainly, but the late game more munitions could be expended. But I would say well played there by both sides. An absolute brutal battle here. So there you go. Hope you got this match. I'll learn something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family. Don't tell enemies. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. Until tomorrow again for another episode